Someone once said that godfatherism in Nigeria's democracy is the cankerworm that is actually eating us up. It wasn't clear until recent happenings where we see father fighting child and child fighting father. Is a true, clear and pure democracy supposed to even have godfatherism? Hello listeners, welcome to another episode of News Analysis where we discuss trending issues and dissect current happenings. So what's trending on today's episode of News Analysis? Just like Wike and Fubara of Rivers State, Governor Umar Namadi of Jigawa State and his predecessor, who is the Minister of Defense, Badaru Abubakar, has begun to experience a strained relationship between themselves. The relationship between Governor Umar Namadi of Jigawa State and his predecessor, Dabaru Abubakar, has become increasingly strained. The tension between them started with the choice of the House of Assembly Speaker, where the governor backed a different candidate despite initially agreeing to support the minister's preferred choice. So even before politicians come out to vote, there have been an inner circle meeting where they choose who to vote for and who not to vote for. Is this voting based on merit, or is this voting based on what Nigerians stand to gain? The rift between the Jigawa governor and his predecessor is similar to that between Nyesom Wike, another of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's ministers of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The ex-governor of Rivers State and his successor, Fubara, has always been at clash, and this year made it more pronounced. Vanguard reported that this development has led to a rift between the two camps, with the minister's supporters feeling betrayed by the governor's decision. The situation has been exacerbated by the governor's appointment of technocrats as technical assistants, which has rendered some of the minister's loyalists redundant. Godfatherism, godfatherism, godfatherism. This is the actual problem eating up Nigeria. Just like Bola Ahmed Tinubu came into power and shouted "Emi Loko," it is obvious that godfatherism is something that is really eating Nigerian government. Because the elders sit and deliberate on who and who is to enter power. And once they support you to enter power, you can't go against them. Everything they say, you have to obey. You are perpetually at their beck and call. Meaning, even if you have the heart to help Nigerians, if your godfather says not to, you have to obey. Now, the rebellion of the son against the father is what is causing this clash, just like in Rivers State, where Fubara no longer wanted to serve under Nyesom Wike, and one directive he took against Nyesom Wike caused this clash. Now, between Abubakar and Namadi, despite efforts to maintain a cordial relationship, the tension between the two camps have continued to escalate. The minister's camp feels that the governor has not accorded him enough respect, given that he brought the governor into politics. Wonder shall never end. It is the life of Nigerians that these people are playing with. So it's not about the needs of the people. It's not about the problems the people face. It's not about the high price of fuel or the high cost of living or the fact that even rice and ordinary gari is hard for people to buy and eat. They are deliberating on who brought whom into politics, and all this is just because they want to amass wealth for themselves. On the other hand, the governor's camp believes that he has shown enough loyalty to the minister and that it's time for him to let go. Indeed, politicians are birds of a feather. This is the same mindset the president had that made him enter power and shouted "Emi Loko," meaning it's his turn. The rift between the two camps have become more pronounced in recent weeks, with the minister's supporters delivering relief materials to victims of a petrol tanker explosion without consulting the state government. This move was seen as a calculated attempt to undermine the governor's authority, with the minister taking steps on his own without the governor's permission or consent. It shows that the minister is still angry with the governor and is still trying to prove his own power and influence. This ongoing feud between the two camps have raised concerns among stakeholders who fear that it could snowball into a major crisis capable of affecting the ruling All Progressive Congress and the governor's seats in the 2027 general elections. People of Nigeria have given their own comments regarding this. One Frank O'Reilly said they should go ahead and kill themselves. Well, honestly, because they are definitely not concerned about Nigerians. Another angry netizen have said that are all these agreements and arguments about predecessors necessary? How then will new government execute his agenda? According to this netizen, he is saying that the new government should be given breathing space. In as much as you're a godfather or as much as you're an ancestor, give room for new things. Give room for new realities. Let new politicians have the liberty and autonomy to be able to present their ideas and run their governments smoothly. This issue of godfatherism is one that has to be checked. But wahala dey o. For this country, who won't check who? Everybody has corruption in their hands. Everyone is corrupt in one way or another. Who will save Nigerians from this problem? Godfatherism is like a cankerworm that is gradually eating us, because whatever your godfather says, you have to oblige. And if you do not obey, then the situation of Rivers State and now Jigawa State will be the next result.